Do you think, Tomito, this is Shedeur essentially saying, I'm done fighting? In every way. I'm done fighting.
Waving a white flag?
I'm done fighting with the media. I'm done fighting with my coaches. I'm done fighting with Rex Ryan on Get Up. I'm done fighting with y'all on social media. I'm done fighting. Because whenever somebody brings up, like he said, like, you know, the true success is built on God and God's the one who can open all these doors. Is this Shedeur James Jones kind of just saying, like, I'm done?
His mistakes. Judkins unleashed. Judkins touchdown.
Shedeur Sanders didn't get in the game when they were up 31-6. Yeah. It was game over. Yeah. They were up 31-6, and then if y'all remember in the loss 2 weeks prior, Shedeur didn't get into the game when they were losing clearly and handedly. Yeah. I think Shedeur just now realizes the Browns don't want me to play. They are not playing me under any circumstance. Yeah.
Cleveland, a cold Sunday. The scoreboard reads 31-6, and the dog pound is rocking. Yet one man sits in stillness, helmet on his knee, eyes locked on the field, breathing in the chill while the noise swallows the stadium. Shedeur Sanders waits for a call that never comes, a rookie with pedigree and swagger and the arm to move a franchise. But the message feels blunt. The Browns do not want him to play. Not up by 25, not down by 20, not ever. So the NFL asked a simple question: why? If the game is already in hand, why not let your young quarterback touch the field? Why not let the future of your franchise get a few live reps, a few snaps to grow? Yet Shedeur sat on that bench. He waited for a chance that never came. He listened for a call that never rang. In that silence, you could feel it. Something deeper is going on in Cleveland. Before we go deeper, hit like and subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comments. If you love Shedeur, then comment SS 100%.
Because Shedeur's a different backup. They won the game, right? Well, my man had 90 yards passing.
Yeah.
They won the game off of defense. And Myles Garrett, and they scoring on defense, they doing all that. So if they push Shedeur in the game for 2 minutes and he makes 2 throws, do you know how many questions Stefanski's going to have to answer?
Yeah.
He's going to have to answer that. So I think this is Shedeur. Just putting his hands up, man. Like, it's out of my control.
Like he's waving the white flag.
Not waving the right flag, because we all know that he wants to play. We see the kid training on his off days and all that. We know he wants to play. But I think this is him throwing his hands up like, man, it's not in my hands.
That night, Shedeur posted a single thought. No call-outs, no demands, no finger-pointing. He said the biggest lesson this season is to trust in God. That is it. Calm words with a loud heart. For anyone who has watched his journey, that message told the whole story without a single name attached. Because to a player like Shedeur, nothing was handed over. He was doubted at Jackson State. He was questioned at Colorado. He slid all the way to the 5th round. At this point, it is bigger than football. It is faith. It is surrender to what he cannot control while doubling down on what he can. He is done fighting the media, done fighting critics, done fighting comparisons, done fighting a system that keeps pushing him to the back. That is not surrender. That is clarity.
And he's learned through this process this season was trusting in God. Yeah, I mean, we've kind of reached that point of the season where he's, you know, just, I mean, him and Coach Sanders, you know.
And clarity hits hard when you see the choices on Sunday. Dillon Gabriel still gets the start after throwing for under 100 yards in a game. The Browns' defense is dragging the team across the finish line. Myles Garrett and that front are the engine. The offense is sputtering, and Shedeur cannot even get 2 minutes at the end of a blowout. 2 minutes that cost nothing and could change everything. So the question is not why he did not play. The question is, what are the Browns afraid of? Because if Shedeur steps onto that field and lights it up, even for a few minutes, the whole city will chant his name. The media will explode. Locker room dynamics will shift. Pressure on Kevin Stefanski will surge. Maybe that is the storm they want to avoid. But truth does not hide for long. Fans see it, former players see it, analysts see it. James Jones said it with a straight face. They were up 31-6 and still didn't play him. That is not strategy. That is a statement.
Do you think, Tomito, this is Shedeur essentially saying, I'm done fighting? In every way. I'm done fighting.
Waving a white flag?
I'm done fighting with the media. I'm done fighting with my coaches. I'm done fighting with Rex Ryan on Get Up. I'm done fighting with y'all on social media. I'm done fighting. Because whenever somebody brings up, like he said, like, you know, the true success is built on God and God's the one who can open all these doors, is this Shedeur James Jones kind of just saying, like, I'm done?
Right now, Cleveland is protecting the status quo instead of unlocking its future. They are choosing silence over potential. And when silence gets too loud, it turns into disrespect. Because make no mistake, Shedeur Sanders has done everything right since he walked in the building. He shows up early, he trains with intent, he keeps his composure, he checks every box you want in a young quarterback. Yet he is treated like he doesn't belong. Rewind to draft night. The expectation was first round. Some said top 10. He had the numbers, he had leadership, he had the name. Then the whispers started. Character. Too flashy, too big of a brand. Coded words we have heard before. One by one, teams passed. He finally went in the 5th round to a franchise that has lived in quarterback drama for years. A franchise that doesn't always handle a big spotlight. A franchise that wasn't ready for what Shedeur represents.
I would come in, you know, like, he would be like one of the first people in, one of the last people to leave, like just working on mechanics and stuff with like.
And here's the part many don't know. Multiple teams wanted him. The Ravens had interest. The Eagles had him on the radar. Another unnamed team had him locked in until a pre-draft interview turned the room. The same confidence fans love got labeled arrogance. The same swagger that wins teammates got labeled concern. In a snap, he slid from projected first-rounder to a 5th-round afterthought. Then he got to camp. Players saw it right away. Clean mechanics, strong command, real leadership. An arm that moves defenders. Even in preseason, he looked better than Dillon Gabriel. The ball came out on time, the huddle listened. Yet talent did not get rewarded. The Browns buried it.
Let us talk about fear. Not fear of failure, fear of success. When a front office is married to a narrative, they will do anything to protect it. Cleveland drafted Dillon earlier, and they want that pick to look smart. If Shedeur shines, the front office is wrong, the coach is wrong, the system is cracked. So they take the safest route on paper. They keep Shedeur on ice. They run the same playbook, the same approach, the same results. They pretend the fans do not see it, but fans do. James Jones said, "We have never seen a player treated like this in NFL history." There are players with real character issues who get a second and a third chance. There are quarterbacks with worse stats and thin leadership who get the keys. And Shedeur sits. It makes no football sense.
Hey, fellas, how about that teammate game right there? How about supporting each other? How about supporting each other? How about pushing each other? How about celebrating with each other? Okay? That's what it's about in this team game. When we push each other, when we pick each other up, I appreciate how you guys work. There's some good on that field. First, I'm going to start here. Just broke a record for most starts by a Brown since 1999 when Browns came back.
Call it politics, call it fear, it is deeper than football. The Sanders name carries weight. It brings cameras and light and expectations you can feel in your chest. That can shake a room that is not steady. We have seen it before. Tim Tebow did not have character issues. His fame turned into a distraction. Colin Kaepernick did not have character issues. His voice turned into controversy. Michael Sam did not have character issues. His story became a media center. Now Shedeur has no character issues, but his name and his family and his brand and his spotlight have made him a target of fear.
Defense, you're all getting the game ball. Okay? But I want to do this. That defense out there, including to the very last play, okay? 4 sacks, 11 tackles for loss.
Oh my mama, no!
Okay? This ball is going to Coach Schwartz for that plan and for executing that plan and for us playing our style defense. So where are you, Coach Schwartz?
He is not a typical rookie. He is a brand and a leader and the son of prime time. That does not fit into a tiny little box. Here is the twist. The same traits that make him a so-called distraction are the traits that win locker rooms. Charisma wins. Confidence wins. Leadership wins. Those traits sell jerseys. Those traits raise standards. Those traits fuel greatness. Shedeur is not asking for a free pass. He is asking for a fair shot. Fans want the same. Look at Dillon Gabriel in those last 2 starts. The offense felt slow. The ball did not move with any juice. The spark was gone. Myles Garrett, the heart of the defense, hinted at frustration. He said he is tired of carrying the load every week. When your alpha on defense shows that kind of weight, the alarms should ring. So what is stopping Kevin Stefanski from giving Shedeur a real chance? Some say ownership pressure. Some say avoid controversy. Some say do not lose control of the room. But football is a results business. Right now, Cleveland is winning in spite of the quarterback, not because of him. If the defense must score to keep you alive, if the offense cannot sustain drives, if your young quarterback watches each week knowing he can do better, that is not development. That is denial. It is unfair to Shedeur. It is unfair to the roster that fights for something bigger every snap. When a player feels unwanted by the team that chose him, a different hunger grows. It does not fade. It does not break. It turns doubt into fuel. You can see it in Shedeur's workouts. You can see it in the way he moves through drills. You can hear it in the calm between his words. He is not begging for the phone to ring. He is building for the moment it does. When that moment arrives, he will not need a speech. The football will talk for him. The same league that called him too flashy will push his highlights to every feed. The same coaches who called him unproven will wish they drafted him earlier. The same team that kept him on ice will wish they did not. That is the cycle of greatness. Delay does not erase it. Delay builds it. It stacks discipline and grit and edge until the result is inevitable. Right now, Shedeur Sanders is inevitability in shoulder pads. The Browns can hide behind excuses, behind game plans, behind development timelines. Sooner or later, the truth will jog out of that tunnel. When it does, Cleveland will have to answer one question. What were you so afraid of? This is not about hype anymore. This is about heart, about talent that refuses to be ignored, about faith that holds the line, about preparation that never blinks. When number 2 finally steps onto center, it will not feel like a debut. It will feel like a verdict. A verdict on every scout who doubted him, on every coach who looked past him, on every critic who called him overrated. You cannot stop destiny. You can only delay it. So when people say the Browns refuse to play Shedeur Sanders even when they're winning, it's not just frustration. It's disbelief. It's confusion. It's every football fan realizing that merit does not always decide opportunity. Time has a way of telling the truth. And when it does, Shedeur will not need to tweet about trusting God anymore. The world will see why that trust was never misplaced. This story is not over. It's only getting louder. Sooner or later, Shedeur Sanders will step onto that field and take a snap. And when he does, Cleveland will not just watch a player take reps. They will watch redemption unfold in real time. What do you think? Are the Browns protecting Dillon Gabriel, or are they protecting themselves from the truth about Shedeur Sanders? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay locked in. This story is far from over.